Hello, YouTube family. It's your girl Shay here, and tonight's video is going to be about my brand Pink Finesse and everything that it stands for. So let's get started. Um, I have recently, I've been through a whole lot of business names, but the one Pink Finesse really has stuck with me for years. So I decided to name my brand Pink Finesse. If you break it down into literal terms, Pink Finesse, I love the color pink. Anything pink I'm associated with. Nudes, hot pink, soft baby pinks, nudes are my favorite though. Anything pink. I don't buy it unless it's pink. If I have it, I didn't buy it. And if it's not pink, I didn't buy it. So it's a typical girly color, but pink is my favorite color. So I had to incorporate pink because that's me. And finesse. If you research the word finesse, finesse is a hustle. Um, so, typical black girl, grew up in the hood. I ain't too good for nobody. Um, Real humble and honest. And I wanted my brand to soften the two. So the pink, that's a part of the brand name, is what softens it. And I think that's what I like about the name, and that's why I chose the name. So I want to tell you some background behind Pink Finesse. Pink Finesse started, I got the name back in 2011 when I went to hair school. And I graduated hair school, of course, the next year. But while we were in hair school, we had the assignment to find our names. We had to register our names or whatever. So I was thinking a whole lot of other names, but Pink Finesse again stuck with me. Um, I am going to take my business very, very far, but I really want to focus on one particular thing, which is sexual abuse. So, a lot of people have never, ever, ever heard this story from me, and of course, I had to muster up the strength to be able to even talk about that with you all. But now I am seasoned and I'm ready to share that because I definitely want my brand to, when people think about Pink Finesse, I want them to know exactly what it's about, what it's for, who it's for. So, I was sexually abused for 8 years. And that experience was a very, very traumatic one. But I always, was raised that you live, you learn, but you never forget. So, um, with my experience with sexual abuse, one thing I can say is that I know it happens to a lot of people, especially in the hood, um, especially in the family. My abuser was, we share the same blood. It's a shame, but it's reality. It's what happens, and nobody wants to talk about it. So I wanted my brand to kind of raise sexual awareness. Not kind of. I wanted to raise sexual abuse awareness, rather, because that's something that I experienced. And from that, it brought a lot of feelings. So I don't find myself to be unattractive, but I have my insecurities, as we all do. But I believe that particular thing really, that particular experience really, really made the insecurity like worse. And I don't want women to feel that way. I know if I felt that way, I know that some people who may have been sexually abused or that is still being sexually abused or abused, period, I know they feel the same way. So, things like that made me feel unattractive. I'm like, why is this happening to me? I was young at the time. It began when I was 8 years old, so I had no knowledge of what was really happening. And now that I'm old enough to actually voice it and talk about it, I did want to do that. I think it's very important for women. I mean, sexual abuse happens to everybody. Let's not get it misconstrued. But from my experience, since I'm a woman, I can talk about my experience as a woman being sexually abused. Um, like I said, it started when I was about 8 years old. Um, my abuser was a family member, it was a relative. I was confused because my abuser actually would not use my name. Like, my name is Shayla. My abuser would call me every other person's name other than my name. He never used my name. Ever. Ever during those moments. So, a lot of people don't like to talk about sexual abuse. I'm not. I used to be one of them. I'm not one of them anymore. I'm not here to bash my abuser. Like I said, I prayed about it, and God has really allowed me to move forward. But I definitely want to use that experience to my advantage, and I want to be able to let other women know that, or girls, boys, whoever is being abused. I want you guys to know that it's okay to say something. For a long time, 8 years, I was abused. So for a long time, I felt like I was going to get in trouble. I felt like I was going to be killed because of certain things that were said. So I just never did say anything. And to be quite honest, a lot of people who know me don't know this, even relatives. Um, you know, I'm just here to raise awareness. So my message tonight is that if you are a victim of sexual abuse, Pink Finesse is here for you. Any kind of abuse, Pink Finesse is here for you. I just want women to know that you can be confident, you can be beautiful, you are beautiful. For a long time, I didn't feel like that. I didn't really know how to express it. Of course, I was young. It started when I was 8, for 8 years. So I don't want women to be afraid, and it takes a lot of courage to be able to come out and express yourself and tell what's happening, how it happened. But what I have learned over the years is that, you can't get over your fears if you don't face them, if you don't voice them. So get into Pink Finesse. It's really, my whole motive behind it is to let women know you're beautiful. Um, you don't have to stand for the abuse. Um, it's okay to say something because enough is enough. I'm pretty sure these type things happen all of the time. My abuser, I found out, we found out that, it wasn't just me. It was me, my cousins, and these are girls and boys. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's not limited to just one specific targeted audience. It's for all women and all men, girls, boys, whatever age. It's happening, it's real, and it's okay to say something. You know, it takes a lot to be able to say something, but what I learned is that people don't, they're scared of the truth. The truth hurts. That is a true statement. The truth really, really hurts. And, once you find your voice, say what you need to say. Do what you need to do. Get out of that situation. Pray about it, and let God direct you and guide you. Because I'm telling you, if I didn't have God right now, he'll probably be, y'all know well. But because I do, I'm able to pull myself up and build myself off of those negative experiences. So again, subscribe to my channel. Don't be afraid to voice yourself. I used to be that girl that wouldn't say anything. People would talk about me. I would just let it roll off, and my feelings would be hurt. I would go and cry, but I'm over that. I'm more confident than I've ever been. Very familiar with myself, very aware, and I don't let those experiences affect my relationship now. I think that's what a lot of us women do. We're still hurt. upset at our abusers, and we're not over it. And I'm not saying that you should get over it. That experience is definitely a traumatic one, especially if you know what I'm talking about, if you've been sexually abused. So that's all. I wanted to come on here and give y'all some background of Pink Finesse and let you know that Pink Finesse is here for you. And even if you're not ready to face those fears, pray about it and let God do the rest. Y'all have a good night.